Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I hope everyone's out there enjoying this weekend. If you're in the United States and it's a holiday and you got the long holiday, enjoy it because it starts the beginning of summer and Memorial Day weekend. Steve, we're here in studio and we're going to kick it with the special Memorial Day weekend segment of Throwdown.
I know you're excited, boy. Every time you get excited, our viewers get to hear you forget to name who I am and who you are.
That's right.
You jump right into your thing.
I just get in that car and I floor it, man. Pedal to the metal, baby. Okay. But anyhow, I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson.
Thank you.
And in this segment, Well,
hold on a second. It's important that I remember, I know you said about the holiday and everything, but it's important everybody remembers what Memorial Day is truly about. Mm-hmm. And it's not so much about barbecue and potato salad and baked beans, but it's about recognizing those who gave all and in pursuit of liberty and freedom for the United States around the world. And Aurelio and I are both, we didn't serve, but we are totally 100% in support of our troops, male and female, past and present.
Well, I agree, and you have to recognize that it's Memorial Day.
Yes.
So remember all your loved ones. Remember the people that keep this country free. It's a day of remembrance, and enjoy your weekend.
Yes. Okay. Now go ahead.
So anyhow, we don't have anything on the TV today or this weekend. No marquee fights. That's going to have to wait till next weekend when we have some good ones, and we'll talk about them next week. But you know what? Let's talk about some of the happenings in boxing. Some of the crazy stuff. Boxing, boy, I'll tell you what. It's the only professional sport that makes a lot of money, where you can get people just rambling, Stupid stuff, ignorant stuff, and what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say, get right at it. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya and his stupidness on what he's putting out there about Triple G being scared. Now, Steve, I'm sure you've seen all that, and I don't think anybody in the world or this universe on the moon and Mars or anywhere else believes that Triple G is afraid of Canelo. I think it's the opposite direction, and you know what it is he's Oscar is thinking that if he jumps at it first, it'll take away the people criticizing Canelo for being chicken. I think it's just kind of a reverse type action. But let's talk about that. Give me your take on.
Well, I think it's pretty much opposite of what you're saying. For me, Oscar came out earlier this week and he said that there was some snag on the negotiations, and come to find out the snag is that Triple G said, if I'm going to fight him, it's going to be 50-50. There's not going to be no 60-40. It's going to be 50-50.
That's not a snag. That's a negotiation tactic where somehow they still want to fight Triple G and pay him
less,
a lot less.
It ain't going to happen, and I don't blame him. Yeah. And see, the whole problem that Oscar has, in my opinion, is that he has this cloud hanging over Canelo's head about this him being dirty, and Triple G, I say rightfully so. I mean, we usually don't say that. We usually say, a guy tests positive. If he cleans up, we'll give him a shot to come back. Canelo tests dirty twice, though.
Yeah.
So there's no, this stuff about that him, was an accident, but more important, who was it that just, I don't know if you remember the name, somebody this past week just got suspended for being dirty, and they gave him 2 years,
2 years is the standard.
Yeah.
They gave, it was...
years ago.
Eric Morales, if I'm not mistaken. They gave him 2 years for testing dirty.
That's right.
For the same ingredient that Canelo did.
Basically,
clenbuterol.
Right.
Same ingredient, same everything. They gave him 2 year suspension.
And somebody this past week, the WBC gave him 2 years. And so, you know what? I hate to say this because the WBC belt is the belt everyone wants, is that green belt.
Without a doubt.
But man, they are...
Well, they no one out there can deny that Canelo has gotten preferred treatment by all the boxing people, the NASDAQ, the commission, the Nevada Commission, WBC, all the promoters. He's just gotten this extra thing, so they suspend him for 6 months, knowing darn well he couldn't compete or train or anything for 6 months anyway because of the surgery he had. So,
and what was the surgery on?
It was a knee surgery. A knee surgery.
Okay.
But anyhow, so what better way out were they trying to trick the public into thinking, well, we're going to give him a suspension when
he couldn't train anyway.
He couldn't train anyway. It was irrelevant. So now what they did was they paved the road to allow him to come fight for the big Mexican Independence Day weekend, which is September 16th weekend. And everyone expecting the big fight to happen with him in Triple G. Now all this lollygagging is, and you can call Triple G chicken or whatever you want to call him. But the bottom line is, all you're doing is you're making the negotiations difficult so that you don't have to fight. Okay? You say, okay, well, I'm going to get 60-40 or 70-30 or whatever it is, because Canelo's the king. He's the one that brings all the money. He sold out Texas Stadium and got 54,000 people there, so they try to say, so he's got to get part of the money. No. The public wants to see you fight Triple G, okay? Triple G is on the same level as Canelo is, and so a 50-50 split would not be out of the question.
Well, let's get right to it. This bottom line is that Oscar's backing himself right into a corner because just this last week, Billy Joe Saunders' name came up, Jamal Charlo's name came up, Hurd's name came up. There's all these guys at 154 that say, hey, if you don't want to fight Triple G, we'll fight you. Oscar's painted himself into a real corner because any one of the three that I just named, in my opinion, they beat Canelo's ass.
Yeah, you know what?
Don't forget, the biggest thing that he has on his problem is that he's going to be tested from start to finish. And I think in my own mind, in his mind, that's got to be heavy on him. Because he's been juicing for so long, Lel, that, he's thinking, wow, man, if I don't
He needs it. He needs that crutch.
He's addicted.
Mentally, he needs that crutch.
He's addicted. And I think that, man, any one of those three beat his ass. And,
well,
and who else does just 1 second, give me. Who else does Oscar have in his stable that is a cash cow for him besides Canelo?
Well, he doesn't have anyone, and it's his own fault because he doesn't know how to do the Bob Arum and keeps 5 or 6 fighters up there. Okay, he doesn't know how, so he put all his money into Canelo.
Eggs in one basket.
And Canelo, what I've been saying this for years. This is nothing new. He got that yellow streak on his back. Okay. And everyone that can't see that or just being ignorant and not wanting to accept it, because it goes way back when he made his own Canelo weight, and he wouldn't fight. He wouldn't fight and defend his middleweight title unless people came down to 50. I forget what Canelo weight was, 52, 53, whatever it was. It doesn't matter. But that right there showed that this man is afraid to fight. And I'll go here on record on this show saying that Oscar's throwing out them names: Billy Joe Saunders, Charlo brothers, all these other big Hurd, all these other big names he's doing, saying that negotiations and they're contacting him. I go on record saying I don't believe it. He hasn't contacted any of them. He just threw them names out to make it sound like, okay, Canelo can fight one of these guys if Triple G don't step up to the table. Then anyone in fights are never gonna happen. Canelo is not going to fight any of them names. Okay, all of a sudden you're going to find some name come up where he's going to get maybe a rematch with Amir Khan or something like that. Or maybe Cal Brook, bring him in. It's going to be something like that. Or maybe your favorite, Prescott.
Here we go.
No, your favorite, Prescott, Brady's.
Let me say something in my defense on that right now. My boy Prescott is done. I can't mention his name no more. You're laughing at me. But you know what? I'm giving you credit. You told me this about Canelo 2-3 years ago. You told me this and I told you I don't believe it. And come to find out, you're right. You said he's got that yellow streak, and here it is. Now it's plain as the nose on your face. But like you said, it's
let me tell you something now. We got a whole flock, a whole group of Mexican fighters.
Yeah.
Coming into their own, into contendership, okay? This is what the Mexican people have been waiting for, is to get a group of Mexican people that in the sport that they love on the thing. Because, you know, you go back where you had the way back Salvador Sanchez, then you had this Cesar Chavez, and then you had the Morales, the Barreras. It's just been that way, and now they don't have anyone to back up except Canelo because he's the only one out there in the limelight. But mark my words, in the next 24 months, a couple of years, you've got these youngsters that are coming out, and they are dynamite. They're dynamite. So, you know,
I forgot about the name of, what is his name? Munguia? The kid who just knocked off Saddam Ali?
Yes.
You know, I mean, he's a factor, man, and he's Mexican.
And let me tell you,
man, I'll tell you right.
Let me tell you, he's a big factor, and he's one that I like, because these other guys are trying to put in, like this, what was his name, Ramirez kid, the tall guy?
Gilberto?
Yeah, is he the one that was calling out all the, okay. I'll tell you what.
No, Gilberto's 168.
Okay.
He's super middle.
The one that has the drug man as his
Victor Conte?
Conte, or not Conte, Azriza.
Oh, Ariza.
Who's this kid? Remember
He's Mexican?
Yeah, he fought.
Last week you mentioned him.
Yeah. Anyhow, they're high on this kid and all that. But to tell you the truth, when you got someone like that in your corner, then you know one thing.
Hey, I can't get behind you.
You're juicing. So, but anyhow, that ends that first segment. We're going to come back with the second segment, where we're going to talk about other topics that are going on in boxing. And Steve, back